Hi everybody, this is Wendy Lovejoy of the YellowLetterMentoring.com, and today we are doing the free live training. I am very excited for those that end up joining us today. This is all about your real estate investing and running your business like a business. My name is Wendy Lovejoy, and I have been in the real estate investing community. Hi, Apostle. The real estate investing community since, oh my God, I started buying my first properties in the late 80s. And then I decided to get very serious about it. And I would say late 80s, early 90s, and I got some trainings and some mentorship, and then I became a real estate agent and then a broker. And I decided that after doing both of them, that real estate investing is really where my heart is, because with real estate investing, you can do it all over the world. You're not limited to your state. You can do it all over the world. So I just want to encourage you that real estate investing, you can run it like a business. Hi, Trina. You can run it like a business. And to me, that's the only way to become successful in your real estate investing. So today's trainings, I like to train the stuff. Hi, Marcus. I like to train the stuff that has helped me over the years. And I'm really excited because more people are coming on board on the Yellow Letter Mentoring Program, the group program that we offer. People are signing up just about weekly. And, that's exciting to me. And then we have people that when they sign up and they get the workbook you see behind me, it's like packed with really good information. They really read the workbook. So we send you the workbook in 4 stages so that you do the assignments that are attached to it. And one of the things that we talk about is your schedule. People that I meet that are getting into real estate investing for the first time, a lot of people, you're making mistakes because you're trying to do this with information you're pulling from all over the place. And so I encourage people, find a mentor, whoever that mentor is, find them and then follow them. Because if you take pieces from here and there, it's like, have you ever seen like the old movies where they take pieces of people? Hey, cuz, they take pieces of people and they put it together. That becomes a monster. So when you're pulling pieces from this person or that person, even if you try to bake a cake, if you mix my recipe, well, my cousin that just joined us, Jean Paul, I call her Princess, is a really great cook. But if I took her recipes and then I added my stuff to her recipes, it would never come out the way that she makes it. And so some people, you're taking pieces of what you saw on this person's channel, or that person's having success, and this person said this was the easiest way to do it, and you're trying to put it together. And so the people that I've been speaking to this week, as I mentioned before, we don't even let you join the program until we have a conversation to see if you're coachable. Because if you're not coachable, then it's just a waste of energy and your finances and our time, your time and my time. And we don't want to do that. So once you're coachable, I say follow a system. Stick to that system for at least 6 months to a year, because that system is going to create habits. As I mentioned, I've been mentored since like the 1990s, early 1990s. I've been taking mentors and adding more mentors and investing in mentorship. Very, very important. Yes, they're really important, Apostle. So, you have to get mentorship. I always say this. If you follow me on Durbin's Daughters, I'm a spiritual person. I'm not religious. Religious people have a Kundalini spirit, which is they think is the Holy Spirit, and they do all of this, but they're not really connected to what the Holy Spirit is really all about. So I always say, even Jesus had a mentor, so you need a mentor. You're going to have more success if you choose one whoever that person is. Now, you may need different mentors for different parts of your life. You may need a mentor to help you with, let's say, your real estate investing, another mentor to help you with your spiritual walk, another mentor to help you with your exercising, another mentor to help you, with different things of your the life that you want to build. So don't be afraid to invest in mentorship. It's very, very important. Invest in mentorship. And then the other investment, and mentorship is not just spending the money for the products the mentor has, but it's also about using the products that you invest in. So if you have a mentor and you purchase their book, read it. Don't glimpse through it. Read it. If you invested in a CD or a webinar, watch it over and over and over. Listen to the information over and over. So as I mentioned, today we're going to be talking about the things that you need to have on your schedule. And if you're new to this call, my name is Wendy Lovejoy. I am the founder of the Yellow Letter Mentoring. And, I've been in the industry now going on 28 years. So I've seen a lot of changes. I've learned how to navigate through the changes because real estate is very cyclical. There's seasons to real estate. In some seasons, you're laying a foundation. In other seasons, you're farming. You've sown a seed, and now you're farming that territory, and then you're going to see a harvest. But then when the harvest comes, you've got to be ready to start sowing all over again. So there are seasons to real estate investing. But that does not mean that you give up or that you do something different. You have to stay involved in your real estate investing. You have to look at it as a business. So one of the things that I want you to understand is that as a real estate investor, the way you speak to yourself about the industry is extremely important. I always start with mindset. Understanding the mindset that you need for real estate investing is extremely important. So you have to learn to start the day with self-talk. You have to order your day. And to become a successful real estate investor, you don't want to be at the gym in the middle of the day. You want to get to the gym very early or late at night. Most people figure out and do it very early in the morning. But before you even jump out of your bed, you want to self-talk. You want to tell yourself, I am motivated, I am blessed, I'm anointed, I'm graced to do this. I can walk out. I attract motivated sellers. I help motivated sellers. I attract motivated buyers. Like, you have to speak this way to yourself. And that might take you 10 minutes of self-talk. In the beginning, some people start an hour. I know when I first started in real estate, it took me an hour of just really trying to convince myself, because I was coming out of another industry. I was in a broken space in my life. My husband and I were being separated. I had 3 children in Pampers. You've heard this over and over if you've been following me for a minute. So I was broken. So my mindset was broken. And a lot of people come into real estate broken. They want to leave another industry, or they're looking for work, or there's something went wrong in their life. So they're leaving from another industry, as I said, broken, and then they come into this industry, which is real estate, and so they bring their pain with them. What's going to help you get out of that pain is to look at yourself as a victor, even though you feel like your circumstances are treating you like a victim. So we go over that quite a bit. You've got to see yourself as a victor. And so you want to start looking at people that are successful, but your brain does not know the difference between the truth and a lie. So you have to start telling your brain, feeding it the information. You got into this industry to make money so that you can change the lives of those that are important to you. And I meet some people in ministry that get connected in real estate investing because they want to build their ministry. And so you still have to speak to yourself and say, I am successful. I close 10 deals a month. I close 3 deals a month. you know, that kind of talk. And what's going to happen is your brain is going to start believing you and then getting you to take the action seriously. This is all part of your schedule. You need to start your morning this way. I also like to start my morning with a motivational video. I did a few years ago a motivational video that has quotes from people like Oprah Winfrey, a couple of quotes from myself, some quotes from, you know, people like Les Brown, and things that have stood out to me over the years. I also will listen to some motivational teacher or somebody in ministry that I know is going to motivate me and remind me how great I am. You've got to speak to yourself this way. So that is my morning. And then you plan you have to have a business plan. A business plan is simple. It's one page. On your business plan, you need to put stuff like, you know, let's say you want to make $10,000 a month. But if you've never sold a property before, you still can have that number, but your business plan is going to be very important. You need to speak to X amount of motivated sellers. You need to, let's say, if you want to do 10 deals and you've never done a deal, you've got to speak to about 25 to 50 motivated sellers, and you've got to learn what motivated sellers are. So I usually tell people, start with saying, I want to do my first deal by such and such a date. Once you figure out how to do your first deal, I love what Steve Harvey says. He says it's easy to make $1 million. You first got to make $100. Once you figure out how to make $100, you do what you did 10 times. Now you've got $1,000. Then you're going to learn the principles and systems of making $1,000. Now you do that 10 times. Now you've got $10,000. So you keep multiplying your activities by 10. And what's going to happen is you're going to turn around, you're going to have a bigger team, you can have better systems, but you've got to start somewhere. So start with getting a deal done by a certain time frame. And then to get the deal done, you have to have certain trainings. You have to put in on your schedule, I'm going to invest X amount of time training. If you know that you like my teaching style or something that in my spirit resonates with something in your spirit, you know that we do these trainings on Tuesdays at 4 o'clock. Connect and do these trainings Tuesday at 4 o'clock, you know, and put that in your schedule. You should have a planner. A successful person is going to have a planner. Let me show you something, because most people feel like you have to be so technical. You don't. Hold on. Oops. AJ, I messed it up. Can you come back down? I apologize. I just messed up my my grandson's taping on the other end, so he's gonna fix it. But I wanted to show you, here is my planner. It's very simple. It has dates and a schedule. So the main thing you want is a planner that has a calendar on it. You know, a simple calendar. And then you want to have on your planner days on it as well. And something with notes, and you build from there. Now you can use your cell phone, of course, but I always instruct the people I'm mentoring to focus on keeping a paper copy as well. A paper copy is very important. Sometimes your phone gets wet, it's damaged, you've lost all your stuff. You can have a hard drive, but sometimes you might be sitting somewhere, thank you, you might be sitting somewhere, and then you are you have time to make a phone call. You can go right to your planner and call the person. I like having a hard copy. It's also good to walk into a meeting with your planner. Okay, it's good to have your business plan on your planner. Now, your one-page business plan is simply going to say the trainings you need, who's going to train you, what time you're doing the training, how much training you're going to do, and what you need to be trained on. And then you're going to put how much money you want to make for the month. To make that money, you back end into it. So if you're a wholesaler and you want to make $10,000, and maybe you feel that you can make a $2,000 on a wholesale deal, then you know you need 5 closings that month. If you're going to get $5,000 per closing, you know you need 2 deals that month. But you're not batting 100 yet. Not even the best players bat 100. So you've got to think about the things that are not going to make it. Give yourself 30%. So if you want to close 2 deals a month, you have to have more than 6 people you're talking to for every 2 deals you're trying to close until your batting average gets better or your team gets bigger and better. So you need to have a business plan. You also need to have a marketing plan on your business plan. What kind of marketing will you do? Are you going to do yellow letters? Are you going to do postcards? On top of that, you still need to drive for dollars. You need to go to open houses so you can meet the area realtors, and you can also see what's going on in the market that you're focusing on. So you definitely want to look at going to open houses. Those are usually on the weekend. Every now and then you can find an open house during the week, but definitely schedule 2 to 5, 2 to 4, 3 to 5. Go to some open houses. Have your business card ready. Say, hi, my name is Wendy. I'm a real estate investor in the area. Are you a real estate investor friendly agent? Do you work with real estate investors? Because some are going to say, oh yes, I love real estate investors. I don't like working with real estate investors. Those are the ones you don't want on your team. So you're looking and you're putting your name out there in the zip code of your choice. That takes marketing. You have to constantly do the yellow letters, constantly do the postcards. So you need a budget for your marketing, whether it's $50 a month to a few $100s a month. I meet some people. I was speaking to a young lady this week that wanted to join the program, and she had spent money on like so many different mailing lists. And I said, well, what are you sending them? And when she told me, I said, how many people have called you back from your mailing list? She said, only 2. I said, yeah, because you're giving them the wrong information. And this is what I was talking about earlier. When you're pulling pieces to put it together, you're really costing yourself in the long run. It is more important to get that mentor, to get a program, and to follow it until you have success. To follow it at least 6 months to a year. It's going to take you some time. I always ask people what you do, because if you were, say, worked in the hospital, you had to invest money to learn to become a nurse. You had to put time to sit and study the work that they give you. I remember when my sister-in-law, she's now an expert in the cancer department. She was actually a high level at the cancer department of Emory. And I remember when she was studying to become a nurse, she went for 2 years to Queensborough College, and you couldn't talk to her about anything but nursing. She spent all her time studying. She was always at the kitchen table with a book or something, just studying and studying. And then she finally passed her exam. So people get into real estate investing and they think, well, everybody's doing it. I can get in. I'm going to be successful. This is real easy. If it were that easy, out of 100 that get in, it wouldn't be only 13% that succeed. Remember, 87% fail. And they usually are the ones that are doing it their way, looking to save money, but looking to make big money. You can't save and make big money at the same time. You can't not put time in and expect it to replace your time of whatever you're trying to replace, whether it's a 40 to 60 hour a week job or, whatever. Maybe you no longer want to sit on the couch all day, but you got to put time into your real estate investing. So you need a marketing budget. Very, very important. You got to get a marketing budget. Can't tell you enough. You need a marketing budget. And so that's one of the things you really, really want to do. The second thing you want to look at is, so your marketing budget is going to take money and it has to be put on your schedule. If you're going to do the yellow letters, then you might want to do your yellow letters, whatever is your day that is easiest for you. Now, when I first started real estate, because my kids were small, I'd put them to sleep before I did my stuff. Even though I ended up having a live-in housekeeper, I wanted to spend time with them, so I'd put them to sleep before I did paperwork that I had to write and stuff like that, okay? So the other thing is that you want to put the time that works best for you, for your marketing, in your postcards and your letters. Those are things you have to put in your schedule. Then you have to put in your schedule previewing properties. These are not the ones you're looking at that are open houses, but you're going to preview properties. You should be talking to other wholesalers and getting on their list so they can email you properties or text you properties. Put it on your schedule that once a week I'm looking at houses. It could be Thursdays, it could be Saturdays. Now you definitely want to go hard so that when you relax, you can relax hard, but you need to go and preview properties. It gives you an idea of what's selling, and again, it gives you an idea of what the latest trend is. Sometimes a property will sell faster if you paint the whole house a certain shade of gray. Silver gray is a hot color right now. You see that when you go into these properties. Open floor plans might be the hot thing. The hot thing might be, really exotic bathrooms. You won't know that if you're not previewing properties. It also gets your name out there. You gotta really put time into this investing. You also have to put on your schedule talking to motivated sellers, people that you have found either from foreclosures or from your yellow letters or your postcards that have responded back to you, and now you want to follow up with them and go and meet them in person. We did a whole training on motivated sellers, so I'm not going to get into too much of that. I'm really breaking down the things you want to fit into your schedule. You can make a list of them as we're speaking, get your calendar, and then just stick them in there. You don't need a fancy calendar, especially if it's your first year in real estate. You need something that you're going to carry around and write in it and look at it and tape your business plan to the first page. Tape your affirmations to it as well. You could put your business plan on the back and your affirmations on the front. And affirmations are just sentences that affirm and tell you that you are where you want to be already. And so your mind will buy it, and then you'll start, attracting the lifestyle that you're looking for. So you need to put on your schedule time to talk to motivated sellers. You need to be in front of at least 5 to 10 motivated sellers a week if you want to be a top producer. The other thing you want to talk to is buyers, cash buyers, and other wholesalers. Those should be on your schedule as well. And remember, we talked about training. You have to have training on your schedule. Most basketball players that are very successful train quite a bit. They train more than they're seen on the court. This evening I offered one of my students that I will role play with them because they're trying to focus on motivated sellers from their FISBO community, for sale by owner community, and they wanted to know what to say, how to say it. And you get scripts in the workbook, but there's nothing like role playing. So find somebody and role play with. At first, read the scripts over and over and over. Just read them verbatim. Read them as they're written, and then add your personality to it as you go. But you need time for trainings. Very, very important. If you don't have trainings on your schedule, you're not going to get to be, to the place that you need to be. But you don't also want to just train so much that you're never in front of sellers. And then you don't want to train the wrong things. The more of a top producer you want to become, the more you want to invest in trainings, the deeper dive you want to take in trainings. Because I wanted to become a very top producer in real estate, I even studied body language. I studied eye shifts. I studied the personality types. I studied, how to present myself, how to build rapport. There's so many things that you can learn to make your job smoother and much easier. The other thing you want to look at is in your marketing, you're looking at yellow letters, postcards for sale by owners. You're taking numbers with for rent signs and calling those to see if they're having issues with their tenants. Are they fed up enough to give you the property? You're going to be driving for dollars, which is just driving around. Some people call it cash, driving for cash, or you can make phone calls as well. That's called cold calling, or some people call it calling for cash.